Recently, the boxing world has been changing a lot. It has gone from real boxers who trained for years to build up their titles like Mike Tyson to random celebrities and YouTubers stepping in the ring to fight it out with each other. None of this is a bad thing. It's just the landscape of boxing is changing. In the past few years, rappers have been dipping their toes into the boxing world and trying to get amateur and exhibition fights on major cards. Today, we are going over everything you need to know about how rappers are going to be the next wave of celebrity boxers. But before we get into the video, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Now, on to the list. First up, the rise of celebrity boxing. Over the past few years, celebrity boxing has been on the rise. Lots of celebrities have been trying to get into the ring, whether it's on a major card with real boxers or on a large-scale event like an exhibition. Their main reason for doing this is either gaining more followers or showing people their worth. Most callouts have been due to a beef between artists or a rapper and a boxer. A lot of these fights are to see who's the better man, not necessarily the better boxer. This trend is bringing in a lot of money, and it doesn't seem to be stopping. Next up, KSI versus Logan Paul. The main event that really kickstarted this trend was the famed fight between YouTubers KSI and Logan Paul back in 2018. Though the fight wasn't professional, it brought attention to the idea of people who aren't real boxers duking it out in the ring. The entire card was full of YouTubers fighting each other in the ring. You can see how this caught so much attention as the fight was everywhere. It was trending worldwide on Twitter. The fight even got a rematch due to a majority draw between the two fighters. This one event sparked an entire new era of boxing, which brought a lot of rappers to the table. Next is 50 Cent calls out Floyd Mayweather. Famed rapper 50 Cent called out boxing megastar Floyd Mayweather for a fight. The American rapper, who is 45, called out Floyd back in January of 2021. Since then, the fight hasn't happened, nor seems like it's going to. Instead, Floyd recently fought Logan Paul in an exhibition match. The fact that the fight didn't happen doesn't discredit the fact that rappers are becoming the next celebrity boxers. The idea that 50 Cent called out one of the biggest fighters in the world is a statement to other rappers. It shows how the landscape of boxing is changing. Someone who hasn't had a professional fight is calling out someone so huge. We could see some massive events in the future. Next, we have Blueface enters the ring. Jonathan Jamal Michael Porter, professionally known as Blueface, has begun his career as a rapper turned boxer. Over the past few months, the rapper has grown into a decent fighter. It just goes to show how someone who hasn't boxed in their life can turn their body into something that can. We see it time and time again where someone with no boxing experience can become a decent fighter, someone who can fight in a ring for millions to see. At the end of the day, they don't need to be professional. If it's entertaining for the audience, it's seen as a success. Now is Soulja Boy claims he started it all. Back in 2017, Soulja Boy proposed a fight with Chris Brown. Since then, the fight has been cancelled, and the rapper claims he started this entire trend. It could be seen that Soulja Boy created this trend, but other events since then have clearly taken the idea and ran with it. He seems to want to enter the ring, and with his multiple callouts, it could happen in the future. Soulja Boy is one of the people spearheading the idea of rappers entering the ring. What do you think? Did Soulja Boy start this trend? Next, we have Sean Kingston's Boxing League. In 2020, Sean Kingston started to expand his empire beyond music. This time, he took a swing into the world of boxing. He started his own professional boxing league for rappers by teaming up with hip-hop agent to the stars, Triple the Mogul. Since then, several rappers have seemed to sign up, even with rumblings of rapper Soulja Boy joining the fray. He already got rappers like YK Osiris and Lil Trey to take part in fighting. Could this lead to other celebs creating platforms for future rappers to fight? It would be a great idea for the new landscape. Next up, the challengers. In the past few years, while this new trend has been rising, a lot of rappers have thrown their hats towards the ring. Lots of rappers have challenged each other to a fight. Soulja Boy called out Drake, Meek Mill also called out Drake, and wanted Nicki Minaj to even be the ring girl. Neither of these fights and others played out. This seems like a trend. Though these fights never played out, these names keep coming up. We could see fights including Drake happen in the future. Next is the rise of Jake Paul. One celebrity who led the charge for rappers to enter the ring is Jake Paul. Though he's not really a rapper himself, his recent fights have caused a storm in the boxing world. First, he fought fellow YouTuber Deji during KSI vs. Logan Paul. Then he went on to fight other celebrities like Nate Robinson and Ben Askren. Jake hasn't fought any rappers himself, but a lot of rappers have called him out to fight. He's a person everyone seems to hate because of his actions, which causes a storm for other celebrities. People want to fight and beat him. As of now, Jake hasn't even tried to fight most of these rappers, but it just shows how the groundwork is there. These people want to get into the ring, and they could be the next big thing. Up next Next, TikTok versus YouTube. A recent event that brought more of this to light was a TikTok versus YouTube exhibition fight, with the headline being TikToker Bryce Hall versus YouTuber Austin McBroom. This event was huge and sparked a lot of people's interests in celebrity boxing. The card didn't feature any rappers aside from DDG. The fights resurfaced the idea of more people stepping into the ring and fighting. It shows us that there is truly a market for celebrities duking it out in the ring. Hopefully more rappers step up to the table and we see even more of these fights in the future. Finally, we have Blueface versus New Main. And to finish off, we have the latest fight in rappers boxing. Blueface has secured a fight with TikToker New Main. This fight will be a bare-knuckle boxing match between the two celebs. Neither of the fighters seem to have been in the ring before, so it will be a first for both. New Main isn't a loved creator as his content is based around copying others on the platform. This fight should bring in a lot of views, money, and attention for the sport. Could this be a stepping stone for others to get into the ring? And that's our list. It seems that rappers becoming celebrity boxers is inevitable. Some are already in the position to fight multiple people. Over time, we will surely see more and more rappers enter the ring and get to fight each other. It should turn out from a call-out to an actual match in front of thousands of people. Massive events like KSI versus Logan Paul should be a huge example to them of how an event can be run. Two huge stars headlining an actual boxing event, or even something similar to the TikTok versus YouTube exhibition match. A mix of real fighters, celebrities, and internet stars on one card would be a sight to see. This is the future of boxing, which is sad to see for some fans as they don't like this new landscape. But in the long run, more and more people who knew nothing about boxing are entering the world through these stars throwing hands in the ring. KSI versus Logan Paul introduced millions to the sport, which skyrocketed the idea of rappers becoming fighters. In the next few years or so, we could see people like Soulja Boy getting in the ring with another rapper, or even someone like YouTuber Jake Paul. At the end of the day, the sport is becoming more inclusive for others to enter the ring. Overall, it is healthy for the sport and the people surrounding it. Boxing should be a main stage for events for decades to come as more rappers start beefing with each other and enter the ring. Hopefully you enjoyed this list. What other boxing fights would you want to see in the future? What rappers do you feel should enter the ring next? Let us know down below. We hope you enjoyed this list and continue to follow us. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe with notifications on. Thanks for watching.